Hi. What's up? Guys, TikTok's getting banned apparently, or is it? I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens with that. You know, I don't know how I feel about it. I have mixed opinions because at least if it gets banned, I can say I became TikTok famous. I have over 3 million followers on TikTok, which is interesting. I started it very ironically. And also, you know, I'm not sure how I feel about Chinese spies probably seeing me naked all of the time. But on the other hand, it's a risk I'm willing to take for borderline possessed content on there that I thoroughly enjoy. Anyway, if TikTok does stay alive, this video is a video for you because I found a true story animation called How I Became TikTok Famous Overnight with a girl who looks interestingly like Charli D'Amelio, but I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I want to find out. I want to see what her methods were. Do they mention renegading? Okay.
Hi, I know I should introduce myself.
Probably, but I don't introduce myself anymore at this point. My name's Kira. Subscribe. I'm not very likable, so maybe you won't, but I could try.
I think it's better to remain anonymous. After everything that happened to me, I don't want this video to be blocked, just like my TikTok account was. You see, I'm only 12 years old, but
12? I thought Charli was young and she's like only 3 years younger than me. 12? I was 12 in 2012. I have such a good birth year. People who were born in 2000, elite.
if I told you my name, you would surely recognize it. So let's just say I'm called Megan, because it's odd for you to be sitting there listening to my story without any name to call me by.
I feel like maybe they're trying to make it seem like Charli D'Amelio has sent in an anonymous story. Let me know down below who you think this is about.
So you are probably wondering why a 12-year-old's account was banned from TikTok, and how I lost all my following if I was so big. Let me tell you about it.
You know, I don't think this warrants a 10-minute video. I feel like a 12-year-old's account was probably banned. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's because you're 12.
It's not easy talking about this because I'm still a bit heartbroken. I had tasted fame, and now it's all been taken away from me. At first, I used the app just to watch other people's accounts. I found it to be the coolest thing in the world. I was online almost every waking hour. I even began using it back when it was called Musical.ly. In the beginning, I didn't even upload any videos myself. I was too shy to do it. I wondered if people would mock me, so I just limited myself to watching other users.
You know, I have been watching YouTube ever since I was, I'd say like maybe 2010. I was 9. And when I went into year 7, I decided I'm gonna make a YouTube channel when I made one. And everyone would be like, oh, YouTube videos, Kira. And looking back, I know they were just laughing about me behind my back. I inevitably gave up because why would 11-year-old Kira become YouTube famous? And then in 2016, oh my god, it's been 4 years. Gross. I was 15 years old, I went on a skiing trip and I broke my leg very badly. I'm sure most of you know the story already. I tore all of the ligaments in my knee. I couldn't walk for a good 8 to 10 months. It was rough. So I couldn't go to school for that whole period of time. I couldn't put any pressure on my leg and I had to be horizontal at all times pretty much because my leg would swell up if I sat in a chair, and my school didn't have any elevators. They would literally have to move all of my classrooms downstairs for me, which they didn't feel like doing. So I was like,
okay, I guess I'm bored.
I started a YouTube channel, and guess who couldn't make fun of me because I didn't have to go to school because I broke my leg? The people I went to school with. And by the time I went back to school, I already had 50k subs. So I broke my leg and I came back a little bit clouted. So if you ever want to become social media famous and you're scared people are gonna make fun of you, just break your leg. Don't do that.
It was so much fun, and people were so incredibly talented. I wondered how they could post all those fun videos and how they got so talented. I wanted to be just like them. Now, I know that it's not easy being that good, so I eventually decided to try and post my very first video. It was a mess, a big mess, believe me. I wasn't too talented at all, and no one watched it. I couldn't blame them since it was really bad. Why would anyone be interested in my account when there were so many amazing creators out there? I was determined to become famous and be as cool as all the people I admired. This would take a lot of hard work, but I knew I could do it. I set my mind on it and began practicing every single day.
Oh yes, what a good dance.
I'd play videos I thought were great over and over again in an endless loop. Then I'd mimic their dance moves and the way they sang. I would practice in front of the mirror, in the school hallways, on my way home. There wasn't a single moment of the day in which I didn't think about TikTok. Yes, I know, I sound like I was obsessed. I'm not going to lie, I really was. To me, this app was everything. I could become super famous and live off my talents instead of getting a real job. That sounded so great. I also began to think about fun new ideas. I asked myself what I'd love to see in a video and then scribbled it down in a notebook I carried around everywhere I went. In all honesty, I stopped doing my homework and caring about anything else in my life.
Me too. I really did go through a phase where TikTok was the only thing that mattered. I'm not kidding.
I did really poorly at school, and my parents became super worried. They asked me what was going on and why I didn't seem to be interested in the hobbies I used to adore. I told them they wouldn't understand. How could they, when neither my mom nor my dad even knew what TikTok was? I noticed how popular some users were getting. People like Charli D'Amelio and her sister.
Okay, so this isn't Charli D'Amelio because that's Charli D'Amelio. Also, I know it's like a kind of a terrible drawing, but it weirdly looks just like her. I can't explain it.
There were so many famous TikTokers, and I was sure they were earning lots and lots of money.
I have acquired some behind the scenes information on TikTokers and some of their like things that they're doing. They make a stupid amount of money, like ridiculous. Like it puts YouTubers to shame, kind of, not really.
I would analyze their videos constantly and take notes about what made them so cool. When I got better at dancing, I decided it was time to upload new videos of my own. I began mimicking other famous TikTokers' dancing moves, and I immediately began getting lots of viewers. People thought I was so cool and that I was so talented. I decided not to delete my first few videos, so everyone commented on how much I had improved. Everyone wanted to know how I had gotten so good so fast. Of course, I didn't tell them that I practiced for hours and hours every single day. I didn't want them to know I was super obsessed. Instead, I played it cool and pretended that I was just naturally talented. I told them that the first videos were a joke. They all thought I was the coolest girl online, and I was only 12 years old.
Absolutely no one at school thought that about me when I started gaining followers. In fact, people actually started being mean to me. Like, I got borderline bullied at the last few months of year 11. It was rough. They didn't like that. So, good for you, I guess.
That was so amazing. I began getting millions and millions of views and followers. People watched my every video obsessively, just like I had done with other popular users back when I was just another nobody. Surely by now you are wondering who I am. I told you before, I simply can't tell you my real name.
I want to know! Do I care that much? I don't really think I care that much. Maybe it's JoJo Siwa, who knows? Like, actually comment down below and tell me who you think it is. I'm not just saying that to get you to comment. I genuinely, I don't know. I feel like you guys are better than I am at that, so.
Just call me Megan. If I tell you who I am, maybe my new TikTok will get taken down, and I don't want this happening all over again.
100 million followers, did you see that? What the frick?
Losing my voice once was already terrible. I can't have it happen twice. It would get me so sad. I wasn't merely famous online, mind you. People recognized me at my school. They all ran up to me whenever I walked into the building or into the classroom. They asked me lots of questions. I felt like I was being hounded by the paparazzi. It was so cool.
I don't understand this. Maybe I just don't like attention in that way, but like the worst phase of me being a social media influencer that I went through was when I was still in school and I would just be walking around trying to like learn and mind my own business, and the freaking year 7s will just scream at me when I walk by and then like hide. It was so invasive. I've never like felt more uncomfortable in my life. I'm like, bro, I'm at a place where I'm legally obliged to attend. Just leave me alone. And I only had like 100k subs. I was like, what's the big deal?
Soon, I became the most popular girl at school. Even older students wanted to hang out with me. Everyone wanted to be my friend, and they brought me all kinds of gifts. People would ask me if they could appear in a few of my videos alongside me, but I always refused. I didn't want to share the spotlight after all. I always had a good excuse to say no, of course. I couldn't admit that I was worried someone might outshine me. It became super stressful to balance my regular life and my fame. Believe me when I say that I began doing even worse at school. My parents were at their wits' end. They didn't know what to do about me, and nothing they said affected me at all. I soon realized that most of the new friends I was making were really fake. They only wanted to be close to me because of my popularity. They didn't care about my feelings or my problems. When I asked them to help me study so that my grades would go up, they tried to convince me to make another video or go out shopping. It was getting so crazy and out of control. I mean, I was just 12, and people began recognizing me on the street. My parents didn't like this one bit. They were worried someone would end up hurting me. My account was blowing up. There were so many viewers, and my fans were very supportive. People really liked what I was doing. It was amazing to be that popular, and everyone seemed to love me. Sure, there were a few haters, but that was something that came with fame, and I kind of liked it as well.
It's so weird listening to a 12-year-old speak like this. I'm like, bruh, you're gonna be a meth by the time you're 21. Straight up.
Then one day, the worst happened. When I tried to open the app, I noticed I had been locked out.
Oh no, she's getting banned. I wonder if it is because she's 12. I bet it is.
I didn't understand what on earth was going on. At first, I thought that it was simply a mistake and that I would be able to get online on another phone. But no, it kept on lagging. It was so weird. I got all these different types of errors. Eventually, I decided to send an inquiry to the app's developers and decided I needed to wait for their reply. After all, there didn't seem to be anything else I could do.
I feel like if someone has 100 million followers, they've definitely got like a direct contact with TikTok, you know? They could be like, bruh, what the frick? And they'll fix it just like that. So I don't know what her deal is. Very unprofessional. Get an agent.
I thought it was just a mistake or something like that, until my best friend called me. She was freaking out, and I asked her what was going on. Casey, my friend, explained that my account had been deleted and that she couldn't access any of my videos. I didn't appear anywhere at all. I didn't understand how that was even possible. My account had basically disappeared completely. The previous night, I had been able to upload a video, no problem, and now I wasn't even in the app at all. After doing some research, I realized that for some reason, my account had been banned. That's why it wasn't showing up. I was sure it had been some kind of silly mistake.
Nah, she's just one of the spies that CHINA are using to watch all of us via TikTok. She's a robot, guys. She's not real. Kidding.
I waited for the reply of the app's administrators. The response took 2 whole weeks to arrive. I was freaking out by then and had sent them a lot of new emails. I tried creating a new account, but it didn't work either. I was so worried and I didn't understand how this could be happening. I expected it all to be solved super quickly, but no, it was the complete opposite. When I got their email, they explained that I had been banned because I lied during my registration. Imagine my shock when I read what they told me. I knew it.
It's because she's
Apparently,
12.
I had
Come
to
on.
be 13 or older to use the app.
I told you.
Since I was just 12, I lied and said that I was a year older and just opened an account with false information.
Didn't we all though? Just leave her alone. I mean, I guess it's kind of like the law and stuff, but I feel like you've got to make an exception for someone with a freaking 100 million followers, right? Right? IDK though.
I was devastated. All my followers were gone overnight.
What kind of 12-year-old looks like that, on another note?
I didn't understand why they were targeting me. After all, there were lots of kids doing the same thing I did. The internet is filled with people that lie about their identity.
I mean, true. Like, did she provide them with, like, a birth certificate or something? Because, like, wouldn't they need, like, proof of that? Because she could literally just be like,
yo, I'm 13. I actually am.
She could just pull a Danielle Cohn and be like, bruh. Like, hasn't Danielle Cohn been, like, 14 for, like, 4 years now? She seems very sweet, though. I met her. Oh my god. That was just a glitch in the universe.
It was so unfair. I was so angry and tried to argue with them. They refused to change their minds though, and the account remained blocked. I couldn't get online, and no one could see my videos either. The decision was final. At school, things got bad as well. All the people who had pretended to be my friends began turning their backs on me.
Well, it's not like she's just not gonna be famous. Like, if Charli D'Amelio's TikTok got banned more, if anything, I feel like that would make her more famous because everyone would be like, what the frick? Like,
now that I wasn't popular any longer, they weren't interested in hanging out with me. I felt so lonely. But at least I discovered who my true friends were. Casey, of course, stayed by my side all through this mess. I finally told my parents what was going on, and they got me a tutor to help me catch up with my classmates. My grades were slowly improving, and I believe I've learned my lesson. I still want to be famous, but now I know I have to be way more careful about it. When I turn 13, I'll be opening my account again. They won't be able to close it down since I'll really have the right age to register then, but I won't let myself become so obsessed again. This time, I'll balance my study time and my TikTok time much more wisely. My parents promised they'd help me so that I keep getting good grades and making money. They don't quite understand why being popular is so important for me, but they are trying to get to know me better. I love finally being able to get along with them. I didn't realize how much I missed being able to talk to them without getting into a screaming match. Honestly, I hope that when I get back online, my fan base will come back as well. I think that they might recognize my face and watch my videos all over again. I don't know if I'll be that lucky, but the last thing you lose is hope.
What kind of 13-year-old has that mentality? She's very, progressed. Anyway, that was that, I guess. Please let me know which TikToker you think this was, because I don't know. I'm gonna head out and do something else.
This was weird.
Bye.